Good afternoon, everybody. This is Louis Demers, and today I'm going to be making my first reflective practice journal. I feel as if it's probably a better idea to make this as a video as opposed to writing down the information that I've learned so far, mainly because of the fact that I don't feel as if I've had a lot of experience, as I've only completed 3 or 4 days. I just started a couple weeks back, so it's been fairly new to me. So I've generally tried to absorb and retain as much information as I can get. So I'll just give you a little bit of a brief in terms of my placement experience so far. So I am currently at Holy Rosary School in Milton, Ontario. It's a fairly large school as it employs almost 17 full-time educational assistants, which is a pretty big contrast to what I've experienced in Peel Region. I've been at schools where there's only been a handful, if that, 2, 3, or 4 educational assistants. So this school is quite large. The first day was a little bit challenging, to say the least, as I found I was walking into a new environment where the teachers themselves were maybe a little bit, overwhelmed with everything going on with all these new protocols involving COVID and everything like that. Things have been a little bit different, to say the least. So the first day was a little bit challenging. Now, the second, third, and fourth day, I will say, really progressed quite quickly. I really enjoyed all the experiences I've had so far, but probably on the third and fourth day was where I really felt that I got a lot of necessary experience that I feel like I have yet to have so far with my completion of placement at Sheridan. So I was actually in a structured learning class, and there's 2 of them actually in Sheridan, and these are quite educational, I find. Mainly because of the fact that they are completely structured learning. There's an educational assistant for every student. The grades range, in essence, from anywhere from grade 1 to 2 to the primary grades being 7 and 8. And in that class, I actually got the ability to work with a few really interesting students that I have yet to work with. To be honest, there's probably only students that we have heard or read about on some of the videos we've learned in our course content so far. Probably the best experience I've had has been working with a student who is diagnosed with ASD and is a high-functioning student. I worked with this student for about 2 to 3 days, and the one thing I began to notice was maybe my behaviors weren't as inviting as they should have been in situations where he may have been showing signs of aggression and being verbal in a sense in which we did not want him to, and displaying behaviors that were a little bit inappropriate. Case in point, he was going through a situation in recess where he wasn't exactly too fond of a student he was dealing with, and then when we went inside, we got the teacher and I got on a whiteboard together with the student and asked him to describe and explain to us, essentially just elaborating on what he was feeling, and then he proceeded to write something in an explicit manner and show me the board. Now, I guess in that time I tried to kind of almost understand my behavior before I was displaying it. I was trying to react in a way that was helpful and adaptive, but also listening to what the child needed and hoping to support him in a way that he could understand was important. And I wasn't just an adult simply giving him orders and barking expectations. There was several times throughout the first couple days in the structured learning class that I really felt that I had a very positive impact on a lot of students. There was one individual as well who came right up to me, and I found that to be amazing and quite impressive as she showed very strong social skills. She came up to me and was so just heartwarming in how she discussed her speech impediment, and she was very just easy to talk to, and explained that she just felt a little bit different than everyone else, mainly because of the fact that she had this speech impediment. And I encouraged her to work with it, and she had already been with a language pathologist, so I found that to be really interesting as well. And it was really, nice in the sense that she compared me to her grandfather, actually, in the words of encouragement I was giving her. And I wasn't, trying to say anything that was, an unrealistic expectation. I was merely trying to suggest that with her speech impediment, the sky's the limit, in the sense that there are millions of people in the world who deal with such a unique challenge such as that, and they tend to flourish. And there are many individuals, in terms of people who, in broadcasting, sportscasters, anybody who is in the public eye, actually has the ability to work with a language pathologist to improve their speech and hopefully lessen the stutter a little bit. I'm pretty excited. Tomorrow would be my 5th day there, and they've already told me and encouraged me to continue with the board, and I'm very, very excited by it. I feel as if I'm really on the right path. The school has given me immense support and opportunity already, even though it's been my 4th day. My program coordinator, Simone and Courtney McLaughlin, they've been very, very, helpful, and they've actually really helped giving me this kind of opportunity to work with these children. One-on-one is something I haven't done yet. They haven't given me the opportunity to do that, and I believe that's mainly because of their board protocols and what they have so far. I've worked and shadowed almost every class in the school. I've worked in structured and non-structured so far, and every day it just seems like the experience is getting better and better. Outside on the playground, things are going very well. I hope that I will be able to create a game for the students someday. A very interesting thing that happened last week was I actually got to sit in on a virtual class with the librarian, and that was just really, really impressive, mainly because we were able to see just how difficult it is to sit and try to instruct 20 to 30 children over. Actually, they were using our program, which is Slate, so I found that to be really interesting. So the sky's the limit there, and I'm really excited to kind of hone some of my behaviors and hopefully be able to adapt a little bit more to maybe some of the difficult challenges faced by placements, and some of the, maybe disinviting behaviors that the students give us, and trying to correct them and adapt them into inviting behaviors, and not just with them, also more so with myself. So thank you very much for taking the time to listen. And as soon as I get a few more days in placement, I will have the opportunity to make another one of these videos. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.